So this is a story about the state police in West Virginia. This is an artificial intelligence overview that I was just reading through. I'll read it to you very simply. A West Virginia State Police hidden camera incident occurred at the State Police Academy, where a senior trooper reportedly placed a hidden camera in the women's locker room shower before his death. Fortunate that he passed away before the charges could be filed against him directly, and then of course our court system would have let him go. Fortunately, he died before having to go through the trauma of a trial in which he would somehow be found probably not guilty. Anyway, the incident, which came to light through anonymous letters, has led to multiple women filing legal notices to sue the state. Investigations are ongoing, and legal notice has been sent to various officials, including the interim state police superintendent and the attorney general. Now, they broke it down here with a couple of bullet points. The incident: hidden cameras discovered in the women's locker room shower at the West Virginia State Police Academy. Perpetrator: a senior state trooper who allegedly placed the camera, has since died. Now, we know that a senior state trooper that would do something like this has absolutely done other things of a similar nature. Some other types of violations against we the people has been perpetrated by this same senior trooper. I can almost guarantee it. This was not his first rodeo, as they say. Now, the investigation, federal and internal investigations are underway. Evidently, evidence was allegedly destroyed by other troopers after the discovery. Again, I can almost guarantee that the troopers that destroyed this evidence have done similar evidence destroying in the past. They violated rights, violated we the people, while working in the capacity as a state trooper, being paid by the taxpayers, by being paid by you and I, the taxpayer. This is a state police here in West Virginia. Illegal action. Multiple women have filed legal notices to sue the state, alleging they may have been videotaped. Other allegations: an anonymous letter also mentioned other misconduct, such as falsified overtime and the use of a ghost account. Now, I don't know what that's all about, but, I can scroll through here and see very easy. There's a lot of different stories about this from different news reporting agency. This one, WVSP investigates. First trials are set for Virginia State Police hidden camera lawsuits. Now, it's my understanding there are up to 80 individual lawsuits filed against the state police for this incident, for this evidently one camera, is all I'm reading. And they've got trial dates set for the first 5. Again, this is from WVSP, the West Virginia State Police investigation. Who is this? WOWK. The first 5 trials have been set against the West Virginia State Police for lawsuits over alleged hidden cameras at the West Virginia State Police Academy women's locker room. During the hearing on Thursday, a judge set the 5 trials for next year, but there are still 80 lawsuits for Jane Does that have not yet been scheduled, and there's no discovery for those cases. In Thursday's hearing, it was mentioned that a motion to stay or pause the case is currently in the Supreme Court of Appeals of West Virginia. The attorneys in these lawsuits say they oppose the stay, calling it baseless. Also in the hearing on Thursday, attorneys for West Virginia State Police said it is imperative that the cases that do go to trial do not relitigate. As for the 80 lawsuits that still do not have a scheduled trial, the court says it's too early to schedule. While they may consolidate these cases, a recent ruling by Kanawha County Judge Kenneth Ballard says each woman who was caught on camera is a separate offense. This decision means that the potential insurance payout could be up to $1 million for each occurrence and allows an individual case to move forward. Although the state argued the offenses should be grouped together as one. I don't think they should be grouped together as one. They're individual people who were violated by one government agency, the West Virginia State Police, and a senior trooper is evidently at fault, as well as other troopers who evidently destroyed evidence to cover it up. Again, it's definitely not the first time these people have conducted themselves in this manner. There's no way, just out of nowhere, a senior state trooper just decides, hey, I think I'm going to put a camera in the girls' locker room today. No, this is something that most likely he's done in the past. Now, I read another article that indicated that there may be some minors included that were captured in this video, and that of evidently the state police recruiting or training grounds held some sort of event to introduce younger people to policing. Or something of that nature. And so there may have been a group of teens that were at the training facility for some sort of cop event. Basically propaganda, brainwash the kids early because we need cops. But this is what it is, man. This is what's happening in America. These officers, these law enforcement officers that we pay handsomely out of the taxpayers' coffers, violate the law, and they do it every day. They do it every day at every level, from judges to prosecutors' offices, state police, sheriff's departments, local police departments. Every single area in law enforcement has corruption in it, and every single day they're violating laws, violating our civil rights, and they mostly do it with complete qualified immunity. They're almost always completely immune from prosecution. And at the lower level law enforcement agencies, it seems that the prosecutors' offices are reluctant to charge them. They're reluctant to bring a cop to court and try him for the most obvious violations of conduct and or civil rights violations, which are criminal violations essentially when you're threatened and the police act under color of law, when they act with their full uniform, badges and guns, and make threats to you. Do this, or I'm going to do that. You do this, or I'm going to arrest you for that. Do. Bow to me, or I'm going to make you pay, one way or the other. And the courts allow this to happen. They allow the police to bring people to the courtroom on bogus charges. And if you're able to afford an attorney, then most of the time you'll get out of it. If you are eligible for a public defender in these cases, it seems like most of the time these public defenders will side with that of the law enforcement agency, and or they really don't want to make waves within the little communities that they serve, basically, in that they want to keep having their name pulled out of the hat the next time little Jimmy gets arrested for drinking in public, or the next time Billy Bob gets arrested for driving under the influence. They want to make sure that that there is that their name is in the hat when a public defender is called upon by the courts to represent somebody who's unable to pay. And that's what they do. They simply, side with that of the law enforcement agency or the police department and or the courts. And all they do is just work out some sort of an agreement, and they make you think, or they make the defendant think that, man, this could go really bad, but I'm going to work for you, and I'm going to get this thing. Hopefully you won't do any jail time. Hopefully, and basically find out, just like a car salesman, what would you like to see happen? Are you looking to get out of your trade? Are you looking to lower your payment? Are you looking to just get into a new car no matter what? They find out what your hot buttons are. Are you looking to stay out of jail? Are you looking to, are you really concerned about the fine? Are you really concerned about whatever? And then that's what they'll go in and say, listen, all we got to do is do this, and he'll sign up. All we got to do is lower the payment, and he'll buy the car. All we got to do is get him approved with the bank, and he'll sign the contract. Doesn't matter what else. All we got to do is keep him out of jail. All we got to do is keep the fine under $100, under $500, under $1,000, under $5,000. All we got to, and that's all they do. That's all they do. They do not really work for you and I. Now, there's occasions that they do. And I'm sure there are attorneys out there that really do work for the people. I know there are. I've seen them on YouTube working for we the people. And but for the most part, a lot of these public defenders, they are jokes. They are complete clowns. And all they're doing is making it easier for the prosecutor to move cases through the system very, very quickly. Go to a busy courtroom someday and watch them. They move these things so quickly, and it's criminal. And you can't slow them down, because then the judge starts getting hot. And when the judge starts getting hot, that's when he will absolutely do things that are unethical. He will convict people without really any, they do convict people without any real evidence to support the conviction. And then it's your responsibility to appeal. And those appeals typically aren't covered under any kind of a public defender. So it's your responsibility to come up with the money to appeal. And, for most of the people that they push around, they don't have the money. And most of the people that the low-level police departments push around are of the lower socioeconomic areas. They are predatory by nature. They do not go to the higher-end neighborhoods. They do not go to the higher-end areas and direct their aggressions at those with means, those with connections. No, they don't do that. They go to the poor neighborhoods, typically at night, and they just target people, walking home from a job, waiting for the bus, waiting for the Uber, pull the guy over coming out of the factory, pull the guy over that's out there at 5 o'clock in the morning going to his early morning job. That's what they do. They are predatory by nature. But again, this is about this West Virginia State Police hiding cameras in women's locker room at the West Virginia State Police Training Facility. And it's going to cost the insurance companies and or the taxpayers handsomely. Millions and millions of dollars. Estimated $1 million per case, and over 80 individual lawsuits pending from what I've read. So, yeah, don't back the blue. It's stupid. It's just dumb. This is my 15 minutes of fame. Like it, share it, subscribe. I'm not monetized. I'm not making a penny.